It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I am your host, Patricia Baker. I am here with my co-host, Patricia Kirkman. PK, how are you tonight?
Absolutely fabulous, because I got to see snow on the mountains this morning.
Ooh,
how about
pretty.
that? It was
pretty.
Lovely.
Yes.
And on the mountain is even better than being here.
That's right. Then you don't have
I'm
to
a
shovel
devout coward. That's right. It's beautiful. It feels good, which is nice.
Gosh. And you said the surrounding towns also got some snow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a area here where they can go skiing and such. Mm-hmm. And it's just 15 minutes away or 30 minutes away from the house that you can go to up in the mountains, which is lovely. People that enjoy that thing, I like to sit here and I'll watch their pictures that they send back, all that kind of stuff. That's perfectly fine for me. Being raised in the Midwest, I saw enough snow.
That's right. That's right. You know what it's like out here.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Tell us what's going on with the numbers. There's been some big shifts and changes.
That there is, and there's going to be additional shifts and changes. Thank you, God. This is the last day of February, and it's all been about details and everybody being uptight, angered, and not knowing which way to go. Tomorrow we get to wake up and go, life is good again, because it's all about major changes. It's about doing things spontaneously, doing things in a hurry, though, but we're going to start out the day tomorrow with wanting everything to be perfect. We have to allow it to be the best it can be, not the best we think it's supposed to be. But it will put everything in order. So a lot of things that are going to be taking place over the month. So I'm going to be putting some things out on Facebook so they can pay attention to my Facebook page and find out what's happening on a day-to-day basis. And we've got additional shows that you're working on, my dear, that is going to be useful for passing information. So I'll let you tell them about that part.
Yes, we're going to be doing lots of things, and we're also going to be doing the prayer circle again.
Yes.
So if anybody has a prayer request, you can send it to us, and just go to the website, supernaturalgirls.com, and you will see our emails are both there. You can just click on them and send us your prayer request. We'll handle it from there. We had a very powerful prayer circle a couple of weeks ago. We had a lot of great response about it. People loved it, wanted us to do it again, which we will do. We're happy to do that. And this is a gift that we give to everybody in our audience. So we're happy to accept your prayer requests. So don't hesitate. Just send them in. Tell us the story. What's going on? What do you need help with? Or if you need somebody and you know somebody who needs help, let us know who they are, and we will help you help them. And again, we'll have George Lugo back. He's kind of a girl. He's still a girl. So he's going to join us.
Whether he likes it or not.
I will drag him back on the show. And he will give his psychic medium impressions of what's going on and bring his insight and wisdom to the show for everybody's benefit as well. Now, the other thing is we have been building up our new YouTube channel. So please go to YouTube and subscribe to Supernatural Girls Radio. You'll find all our shows there. So in case you missed anything, you can go there and you can just click on it and hear the show. We're making it as easy as possible for everybody to hear all of the great guests that we had in the past and that we're going to have in the future. It's all there on YouTube now. So that's good news. And our Fringe Files newsletter is on a regular schedule again. It's going out every week. Make sure you're subscribed. You can do that again on our website, supernaturalgirls.com. Just subscribe to the Fringe Files. You'll get a newsletter. It's very brief, but it'll tell you what's going on every week. So that's what is happening right now.
I want to add one other thing, if I may, because there is a luck factor that is going with us throughout the month of March. if you're someplace and you get a good feeling that you have a little bit more juice to go along with what's taking place, get into the lottery. Put your name in a file or whatever's going on.
Yes.
There is a luck factor for all of us throughout the month, and there'll be major changes.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear
People
this.
are really going to want to be playing a lot more because it's a playful month.
Great.
The only thing I am going to add is, please, if you're driving, pay attention. This is a time when people, because they're doing everything in a hurry, they tend to be somewhat accident prone.
Okay,
No, I don't want it to be your accident, but you may be involved with somebody else's. Pay attention. Keep your cell phones down, not to your ear. Let's keep everybody safe. And if you have some major questions, you can email me and we'll answer them when we get back next week.
That's great. Okay. And again, you can find PK's email address at supernaturalgirls.com, and PK's website is patriciakirkman.com. So be sure to visit all those websites. Go to our Facebook page. We've got some terrific paranormal news stories and videos as usual. And one of the stories that I thought was so fascinating, did you see this one, PK? The Catholic Church is going to start training more exorcists. They say there are not enough exorcists now.
It's about time, isn't it?
I think so. So they are going to be training more of them. Apparently there's a great need. So we're going to have some of these exorcists on the show. We got to find out what's going on with these demons, right?
No.
Taking people over.
They can come pick them up at my house. Take them away.
Okay. Yeah, take them away. Yes, all right. Well, we're going to have to keep close watch on that. Apparently, there's a psychiatrist. We're going to get him on the show. He is a very famous psychiatrist who is saying that these things are real. Mm-hmm. And it's time to stop making fun of, all the people who say that they can see these things, that there's dark energies, he says, they're telling the truth. These things are here with us, and they do affect us. And a lot of times they're affecting us very negatively. So we're going to have Dr. Gallagher on the show from a psychiatric point of view, saying that there's a whole group of psychiatrists and psychologists coming right along. Finally, they're listening to Supernatural Girls.
Well, of course.
And they're realizing
have to get it right eventually.
Right.
But you're also going to be telling some stories, aren't you, darling?
Yes, I started recording the Supernatural bedtime stories. Mm-hmm. So those are going to be out by the weekend. So in case you want to listen to some Supernatural bedtime stories to help you fall asleep at night, we will have those. And that's, again, on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So make sure you subscribe to that, hit the little bell, and then you'll know when our next group of stories comes out. So anyways, but tonight, we've got one of our favorite people on the show. We're so happy.
Definitely.
So happy to have Itzhak Beery. He has a new book, and here it is. It's a gorgeous book that we both read, and it is Shamanic Healing, Traditional Medicine for the Modern World. And we love this book. It is tremendous. Easy to read, great information. And let me just tell you a little bit about Itzhak, because he's very special. And he's an internationally, I'm just going to read it from the back of the book because I said it best here, internationally recognized shamanic healer and teacher. He was initiated into the circle of 24, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Yachuks, by his Quechua teacher in Ecuador, and into the healing tradition of his Amazonian Kanamari Pahe teacher. He calls himself a reluctant shaman. And we're going to bring him on right now. Itzhak, welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back with you. Such a really great pleasure and fun.
Oh, good. Well, we love having you here. And what a wonderful book you've written. It's terrific, and we highly recommend it to everybody. But Itzhak, for our audience who may not have heard your previous show with us, please just tell us a little bit about how this happened in your life, because you did not set out to become a shaman.
Oh, no. I was set up to be Picasso. My big dream was to be an influential or famous artist, because that was my biggest love as a child. I was a painter, I was a fine artist, and I pursued that career for a long time, and that's why I came from Israel to New York to study art. Except that life has its own mishugane.
Word.
Its own twists and turns. And so I became a graphic designer because I needed to support my wife and my children. And then I have an advertising agency. And around the age of 40, I felt like that's not really what I'm here for. And I really became kind of depressed for a few years. And I think that that's really what we call midlife crisis. So I got into a few years of deep reflection of is that all? Is that what I came here to do? And I just happened to read a book by Hank Wasselman, Spirit Walker, and on my way to Hawaii to participate in a workshop there, and that was so revealing to me. And I started to see that there are some answers, but not with what I know. In that book, there was he wrote about a workshop he took with a guy named Michael Harner. I never heard of that name, and I really never heard about shamanism. So I came back to New York, and here it is. There was a workshop by Michael Harner, so I decided to take it because I said, well, coincidence, maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. I did, and I had a revelation because I started to see. I was speaking to spirit, to power animals, to teachers in the upper world, but the most important thing is that I was able to journey for another participant of that course, and I was actually seeing for her, and I was able to advise her about some issues that she was going through, and I never met her before. That really impressed me a lot. It made me more depressed because I couldn't understand how it happened.
Oh no!
But then I took a workshop with. I decided to take another workshop with another person who did some work with name. You probably heard of him, John Perkins, in New York. And John was saying that he's going to go to Ecuador. Take a group of us to Ecuador, and I decided to, for no reason, for not knowing why, I didn't have the money or the time or the resources to do it, but I decided to go ahead and do it. And I had to convince my upset wife and upset children.
Yes, I was wondering about that.
that I have to do it, and I couldn't tell them why because I did not know why. But I went there, and there I met one of the shamans, Don Jose Joaquin Pineda, who a year and a half later, when I, on a second visit, asked me to be his student or apprentice. And that's how it happened. I never thought that I have any kind of talent or why. I was like a little suspicious. What did he see in me? And so it took him about a few years to make me do it. But when I did it, finally did it, it really felt very organic and very natural for me to do this work. And I'm doing it for 22 years now, but I still have that kind of a question mark. Why me? Why? But, Ipupiara, my teacher, the Brazilian shaman, always used to say that we are all shamans in training. Each one of us has this gift of becoming a shaman and a healer. And our journey really is to own that and to take the responsibility that we have what it takes to heal other people, to dream a dream for other people, to hug, to give solace or give comfort to other people, and that's really healing. It's really like a cosmic joke in many ways because my parents came from Belarus and Poland to Israel. I was born in Israel. I am studying tradition of the Quechua from Ecuador and Brazil, and I'm teaching it all over the world, and in Israel and the United States. It's all these cultures are merging together now, and it just shows that we are all one, and all these beautiful traditions are such a human wisdom that really nourishing our souls.
Yes, it's time for that. That's for sure. Well, Brian Gresham in our chat room has a question for you, Itzhak. He says, did anyone discourage you from getting involved with shamanism while you were considering it?
Oh, I mean, it was me.
You were discouraging yourself?
I was going to say, other than his wife.
Yeah.
Well, my wife never really discouraged me, but she asked me, why do you want to do it? And I told her I have no idea. I had no clue why I'm doing it. I had this feeling of like 4 years ago, no, more than that, I was going to teach in Poland. And in preparation for that, one of my cousins sent me an article that was written about my great-grandfather. It turned out that, we didn't know because of the Holocaust. We didn't know that he was a Kabbalistic rabbi and a healer. And
oh, my goodness.
And his mission in life was to work with the good and evil forces of the universe, to bring more light to the darkness. And I was so shocked reading it because I always felt that I'm a unique person that discovered this without any help. It turned out that I was kind of like led by unforeseen forces to continue his work. And not only that, but I was, for a few years before that, and you can read it also in the book, I was dealing with a lot of entities, possession, and the evil spirit in the world, which I wrote a lot about it because I think I was so surprised to actually see it and deal with it and to do depossession, which is one of the things that I do. Hopefully not too many people because it's really, really hard work.
It is hard work, you're right. And not only that, but you mentioned in the book, you talk about this very, very beautifully, how you didn't really think that the evil forces were real at first. Mm-hmm. You thought of them in a psychological type of framework, but then you found out that, in fact, they are real, very real.
They are real. Well, this is an ongoing conversation in the shamanic community and in the spiritual community, if there is evil spirit or not. There are some people in the shamanic community that believe that energy is energy, there's no evil. This is not the case in the Amazon or in South America, but some tradition believe that, and I'm okay with that. The only thing is for me was that when I actually experience it with clients of mine, it was real. It was not something that I made up. It was not something that I was prepared. I was totally thrown into it. And not only that, but when it happened, you probably wrote it in the book, I called my Ipupiara, the shaman from the Uru that to tell him, Ipu, you were teaching me for 12 years. How come you never mentioned that? So I was on the phone. He was on a canoe in the Amazon.
Oh my goodness!
And I was yelling at him, telling him, "How could you do that?" And he said, "Hold on." And he was speaking to Shure, the other shaman, and they gave me a protocol how to do depossession, and I did exactly what they did, and it was amazing, the transformation that the person went through. And I'm continuing to do that, basically using their tradition and their tools. And I can tell you that people who came out with evil spirit in them, or body shaking, and I can't tell. I mean, I don't want to go into it, but they came out in a totally different way, and their life came back normal. So I do believe, and I think that many of us really do feel it. If you ever done plant medicine, you're probably experiencing that also. You probably had that understanding. And there is, it's hard to convince people about that because they need to have an experience, which is what shamanism is really about. It's not about for us to try to convince anybody. It's really about experiencing. It's like, you can't really tell people what it feels to hug a tree until you go and hug a tree, and you can really see that the tree speaks to you and communicate with you, and you can send the energy back and forth to the tree, and you receive wisdom with all the elements and the wakas, the sacred objects. So that, I do believe that evil spirit roaming around independently of our wishes or knowing, looking for people to enter into their body they are feeding on fear. And you can actually see it. This is very typical to our society now, or the political structure right now. The people who are living on scarcity, on fear, on not enough, they don't live with open heart. Those are the people that evil spirit enter into and suck their energy because they are feeding off fear.
Now you've seen these evil entities at times.
Yeah.
Can you describe them? What do they look like?
Oh.
I prefer not to.
Okay.
I'm making one next door. If you don't tell me, I won't know who it is.
Well, it comes in many different ways. Some of them come in as a black cloud of energy. And some of them come in a form of humans, or a combination of humans and animals. Some of them come in a form of animals. But my teacher Ipupiara used to say that evil spirit is very hard to detect because they are shapeshifters. Mm-hmm. They will come to you sometimes as the carriers of light. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they will come in the way they are. I mean, I experienced that sometimes the most benevolent, most beautiful spirit come to you and their intention was to destroy you.
My gosh.
Destroy the client. So it's not about how they look, but what you want to see is what their intent. If the intent of evil spirit or dark energies is to stop life, to stop the flow of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the whole purpose of that. So they eat you up. The good spirit are energies that promote the flow of light, like the river of light. So you can ask yourself, and that's very important to do, is to ask yourself when you are in front of that, what is the purpose? What is the intention of that?
Yeah, because you can demand to know, right? You can tell them, you must tell me your intent.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
They're supposed to answer you. And if they don't, then that gives you more information that they're the dark forces.
Exactly. So that's really what you want to do, because you really want to, when you are, especially when it's too good to be true.
Yeah, like Life 101. Yes.
But it's the same game. But evil spirit also come from in a different way. Evil spirit comes sometimes when people are jealous, when people are cursing another, when they are sending intentionally negative energy for other people. That's also true. It also comes in places of war or places of violence. That energy, that imprint, the body energy imprint stays there. You can go into, I don't know if you have this experience, you walk into a room or you walk into a field and you can feel this heavy energy and you can see.
Yeah.
There are some places where you can actually see the bottles and the people who are killed over there. You can smell the blood sometimes. That happened to me a lot when I do house cleansing. But anyway, so sometimes this negative energy stays in areas that are affected by violence and abuse, or that's why it's so important to do cleansing and removing negative energy. So negative energy or evil spirit are energy that are dark and heavy, and their purpose is to stop the flow of life. Positive light energy is the energy that come here from the heart or from the sun or from God, you want to call it, that are promoting the flow of life. And that's incredibly important. And you can see in our political agenda now, all around us, you can see that there are people who are promoting the flow of life, sharing from the heart. They are compassionate, and there are people who are not. There are people who are living of scarcity. They are afraid of losing their majorities. They are afraid of sharing the resources that this Mother Earth giving all of us for nothing. They want to grab everything they can on the account of the poorest and the weakest. So those are, and you can see that it's not just in the United States. You can see the dark clouds all around. If you can look at the Philippines,
yeah, it's everywhere.
South Korea, and you look at Turkey, you look at
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Chaos.
Yeah, so this is a cloud that is an energy of fear that are traveling around the world. And our job, my job and your job too, that's why we are here, is to send love or send energy of love to dissipate that energy and to teach people that we need to live in abundance. We live to live with trust. And you can call it God, you can call it anything you want, but it is that energy, that the ray of love, the energy of love that can send those clouds of darkness out.
And that's what we need to do. But this is your mission, not only worldwide, but you also work individually to give healings to people. We're going to get more into that because I've got a lot of questions about how you how you help all these lucky people that you help, because you've had some very amazing healings come through. And so we're going to talk about that next. And then we also have more questions from the chat room, and so we're going to get to those as well. So again, it's a great book, and we are speaking tonight with Itzhak Beery, who is the author of this book, Shamanic Healing, right there, beautifully done. Traditional medicine for the modern world, and don't we ever need that? The other thing we want to get into with you tonight is how we are based on a disease model here. You talk about that book, and where should we be instead? So that's all a very important discussion to have with you tonight while we have you here with us. And so anyways, we're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't forget, everybody, to visit our Facebook page, Supernatural Girls with a Z. Make sure you follow us, and also sign up for our newsletter, The Fringe Files. We're happy to send that out to you once a week and keep you informed of all the great stuff that's happening. So, you're listening to Supernatural Girls Radio, everybody, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker. I'm here with my co-host, PK, and our tremendous guest tonight, who is Itzhak Beery. He's the author of a new book on shamanic healing for the modern world. And we're learning so much, as always, with you, Itzhak. It's just an amazing experience having you here again. And before we get into these discussions that I mentioned prior to the break, there is a good question in the chat room from Samuel Thompson. And Samuel's asking, do the elders believe certain people are destined to be shamans, and it's just a matter of embracing that calling?
Yes. Ipupiara, my teacher from the Amazon, believed that we are all shamans, in training. But that doesn't mean that you have to take it as your life mission, or this is your calling. It might be that you could be a shaman, but also work in a restaurant or in an office or create a great app. That's be okay too. There are some people who are born to be shamans, and there are many different signs for that. Like one of the shamans that we're going to be meeting at the Andes Summit. We're going to talk about it later, I hope.
Yes, we will.
He was spoken for while in his mother womb. So she already knew that he will be a shaman in the womb. And some people in Ecuador believe that people who are hit by lightning, they receive the message from God to become shamans. But not every person that was hit by lightning need to be a shaman. So at the end,
Yes.
There are some people that are born into a lineage of shamans.
You bring your phone everywhere. Work, school, the movies. Now you can bring it to an Xfinity store for an easy way to switch to Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network designed to save you money. You can get up to 5 lines of talk and text included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost, so all you pay for is data. It's never been easier to switch to Xfinity Mobile and keep the phone you love. Click here to see how. Sorry, I gotta take this. Restrictions apply. Limited to select mobile phones. Requires activation of a new line of Xfinity Mobile. Up to 5 devices per account. New Xfinity Internet customers limited to up to 2 lines pending activation of Internet service.
Shamans that are not interested in that. They are not part of that. But there is a special person that might end up becoming a shaman, and you can feel that when that person is born. And they really pay attention to that. A person who either have a special marking on the body or have a special understanding of life, and that sometimes it comes from a different lifetime that people are already coming back with this knowledge, and they need to acknowledge that. So, and I know an amazing, beautiful shaman that he had no lineage of shamanism and of shamans. He's a Shuar shaman, a tribe in the heart of the Amazon, that one day he heard the calling, or that he needs to do this work. And he went from shaman to shaman, and no shaman wanted to teach him. And until he found somebody who was teaching him, and then he decided to go and take ayahuasca and go to the waterfall, and the waterfall were teaching him, the jaguar were teaching him. So there are many different ways to become a shaman. There are shamans today in our modern society that they hear the call, and they have teaching from spirit, not from indigenous people, not from other teachers. They just hear that teaching and they act on it. All I can say is that in my case, I did not believe that I am. I did not believe that I have the capability or the talent to do that, and I didn't know what these people want from me. It just happened that I could not say no.
Yes, it was like you were plucked out of your very normal life and brought to this whole other world that expanded rapidly. What an exciting adventure for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned that some have a marking on the body. What type of a mark would be indicative?
So it depends on the tradition. There are some kids who are born with 6 fingers. So the additional finger is usually a sign of a shaman. There are some birthmarks that are on the body, on parts of the body that are considered that. So in many traditions it's differently, but they look for someone who is special, someone who understands. And you can see that there are some kids from very early age, they are born to be teachers, they are born to be healers, and some they're not interested in that. But that doesn't mean that we are not genetically built to be healers, or we all dreams, we all have visions, we all have intuition, or the sixth sense that we call it. That's a built-in mechanism, because this is part of our own survival. Shamanism is not a spiritual practice, as you know. It's really about survival. It is letting us know and navigate and survive in the world using material and spiritual entities.
Great description.
Yes.
Now, let's talk some about what you brought up in your book on the model of disease that our healthcare system is based on. I thought that was brilliant. Can you share some of that with our audience tonight?
Well, Western medicine is something new. It's not something that was with human civilization for a long time. It's just basically like 500 years. We are playing with new knowledge, technology, and in doing so, we are dismissing the old tradition of human healing using mineral spirit and all of that, which is what we call shamanic healing. And so Western medicine works by trial, by I mean, we call it research and science, but it's really, let's try that, let's try that, let's try that, let's try that. And you read in the book, and I was like totally shocked, how many people are dying in hospitals for preventable causes. There's almost 400,000 people dying every year in medical centers or in hospitals in the United States. It's not something that we even talk about. But we are saying that indigenous healing or ancient medicine is not safe.
Yeah, that is the...
Which is safe.
Well,
that's the bad rap it gets.
Exactly. And we're talking about profits, we're talking about corporations, we're talking about the institutions that of our government or corporation that are building and basically brainwashing us. The whole invention of pills, that we are taking for granted now, that we need to take pills for every disease that we have. This is just came out in the last 100 years. It's something.
Yes, exactly.
New. And it was really done by the oil companies who didn't know what to do with oil products, so they form it into pills. You should read that article because it's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
How
scary.
And the whole
took over the world.
thing you talk about the fact that we have a disease model, not a health model.
Yes. So
and it's compartmentalized as well, which makes it even worse.
Exactly. So we really don't work on preventable ways of keeping people healthy. We are only treating them when they are sick, and that sick really is sick. There's no amount of words you can say that to bring people that are get to a point where they need to go to the hospital, instead of creating the environment that will prevent all of those. And then, of course, it's in the food, it's in the lifestyle that we are living, and it's everywhere. So I truly believe that what we really need to do as a society is to merge the two systems together, the allopathic system and the shamanic indigenous alternative together, and maybe one day to offer it as part of the insurance companies working together. Because I think we have to understand that a human being is a complex being, and there are some issues that we are dealing with that are not physical; they are more emotional, and we know that emotions influence the physical body, and we really need to do more of that. We need to do more meditations and yoga and preventable food and really be more human. I mean, I don't know what's your experience with hospital, but it usually never really very kind and beautiful, and it's more like you're a part of a machine. So I truly, that book is really about a call to, first of all, understand what shamanic healing is, because there's a lot of people who feel that this is like a bobo mice, like a crazy technique. But we have to understand that shamanic healing, shamanic techniques, is with us since the beginning of time of human race on this earth, and the proof of that success is that we are still here. Yes. So the Western medicine is wonderful for the technological advancement. I mean, we do now things that are impossible to do them in other centuries. But we also have to return to the human side of it. And I mean, I wrote about it in the book, and I asked, if you read, there are some stories of doctors who became shamans because they were so frustrated about the way they had to treat their clients. And I also spoke to a brain scientist who reluctantly decided to do shamanic work, and when he met Spirit, he started to teach that there are some elements that we may never know, that is part of the mystery, is part of the great mystery, and that science today need to take that as part of science.
Exactly, yes.
But I also want to say that shamanic healing is the science of nature. It's not scientific, because when we are using herbs or plants or any kind of stones or salts or minerals, each one of them has properties that are directly connect to healing. We may think that we just made it up, but it's not. You know, if you take weeping willow and you chew that will help you release pain, and that's where aspirin came from. If you eat mint or lavender, you will feel comfortable. If you eat green leaves and bitter, you're going to clear your digestive system. So that all of that is a medicine. It's not food. I mean, it is food, but it's chemically proven to be doing the work that it's done. And the biggest lie in science is that what we do is witchcraft, but it's not. It's totally scientific, because there is a correlation between what we do. Even when we move energy around the person, we understand that our body emits energy that we create. We have energy body around us, and we are purifying it to remove curses. We remove negative energy, and that's why it works. It's not a miracle.
Right. There's a certain way that it works. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, one of the things that fascinated me in the book, and I've got to find out the rest of the story, I believe the name of the woman was Maria that came to you, and you did the candle divination, and you saw that in fact she was a shaman, and she came from a strong lineage, and you were wondering what's happening here. You know, are you practicing shamanism? And she was like, no, I don't want that. But you warned her also You said if you don't embrace this. So tell the rest of the story.
Well, there was one day this woman, Maria, it's not her real name, came to my office, and she was really beautiful, blonde with beautiful dress, and I could not even think that she's not just another person from Connecticut came. But I was looking at the candle, and in the Andes tradition, you pass the candle over your body, and you read the candle flame, and that I teach that in a lot of my teaching, in my classes, for great success. And I looked at the candle, and I saw that she's a shaman from Peru. So I asked her, "Are you from Peru? Are you from Shamanic?" Yes, but I don't want to be. And I said, well, there is a house near Machu Picchu, not in Machu Picchu, but a village near Machu Picchu that have a crest of your family there on the door in a serpentine. She went white. It was their crest. It was their family symbol for thousands of years. But she wanted to be us. She wanted to live here. She became a beautician because she wanted to be like us. And I told her, why don't we change place? Why don't you sit in my seat? You have more talent than I do. She didn't want to. She was so ashamed of her tradition, of her father and grandfather and great-grandfather. I really felt sad. That's one of the reasons that I do this summit, because I really want to let them have proud of what they have, this gift that they have. Anyway, I told her that if she's not going to use it, she's going to get sick. And she didn't believe me, but 2 years later she came back and she had cancer. And when a person is a healer and he's not using the gift that he received, sometimes that energy goes back like a boomerang into your body, and what happened is that you will have to heal yourself. You become your own healer, and you do that in order for you to learn how to heal other people. So I don't know the rest of the story. I saw her a few years later. But I don't know if she ever took into healing or into her honoring her tradition. But it's a real story.
Yeah, that really touched me. And again, the fact that she wanted to be like us, but yet she came from this 1,000-year-old tradition of shamanism. That it's so interesting, isn't it? How some people would just kill for that. They would love
always
to be
want to be
of that.
something other, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about the white candle, putting the white candle over, and in the reference in the book. Now, how does one utilize the white candle? You mentioned running it over the person. Is it the candle itself? Is it lit? How would one use the candle?
You really don't want to light the candle.
Well, no, but I'm saying, no, after you rub the candle, then you can light it. But,
no, okay, so the candle is used to absorb negative energy from your body.
Okay.
And you can do that with reading or without a reading. So if you feel sick, or if you feel depressed, or you feel anger, or you feel that you are not balanced, you take a candle and you brush it over the top of your head, your hair, your face, your left hand, your right hand, your entire body, your legs, your back, and you close your eyes and you send all those problems, the issues, the question that you have into that wax. The wax absorbs that energy, and then you can put it on the on a table, on a plate, and let the candle burn all the way down. And it's symbolic that the candle take all the energy down and release it. But it's not just symbolic. It's as I said, everything has a reason, and it is true that now no candle is the same when you read it. It's very different. It could be from the same box, one side by side, made in the same factory. But the energy of our body is very strong. I mean, you can feel, like if you put your hands together like that, right next, you can feel that energy, right, between the two hands. That is what the candle absorbs.
Okay. Because I was so curious about that as I'm reading the different things that you're telling me to use the candle, and I'm going, I had to find out how come.
Yeah. Well, because you also do readings with a candle where you determine what's going on with the person.
Yes.
By the shape of the flame.
Exactly. So it's sometimes you can diagnose an exact medical situation, very, very complex. And sometimes it depends on each person, each shaman, with the way he reads. But for me, it's like an open book. I mean, I read about the children, about the wife, about what they do, about the boss, and then I see sometimes stuff that the person doesn't want me to see, and
and they blow out the flame.
The secrets come out. There are no secrets in the flame of the candle.
Yeah, I had a woman who came to me to ask me if she should get married to that guy,
And?
So I was looking at this guy, and at the last moment I said, hey. So that guy was like dark, tall, black hair guy. It was like very lawyery, like very quiet. And then all of a sudden I looked at him and said, who is that blonde guy?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So she never came back.
Does it matter what type of wax the candle is made of?
Well, traditionally you use bee wax.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure.
White bee wax. Bee wax. But it is very hard to find it now, and so right now I'm using the regular commercial white candles, and in many ways it's really not that important. Bee wax is much nicer, and it has a better smell and it's natural, but it's also very expensive. So, but it should be white. And in the same way, by the way, if you use green candle is for people who are possessed.
Oh.
And you can use the same thing, the same technique that I showed you. You can use that with a green candle and let the candle burn. And if you have attachment or you have really a strong possession, you use black candle, and you do it the same way. So the wax is a great tool to absorb negative energy, and also sea salt. If you feel sad or if you feel depressed or you feel like there's an attack on you, you want to put some sea salt in your bathtub and lay down there for 20 minutes or so, and do it in like 3 consecutive days and 3 consecutive weeks to continue to, but never shower after that. Just let the salt dry on your skin.
Mm-hmm. Does the height of the candle make a difference?
No.
Well, we're going to take another very short commercial break, and we're going to come back and talk more about how people can get in touch with you also, Itzhak. And if somebody wants a healing or wants to go to the summit, we're going to talk about all those things when we get back. So everybody just stay tuned. You are listening to Supernatural Girls Radio. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Supernatural Girls Radio. I'm your host, Patricia Baker. I'm here with my co-host, PK. And our incredible guest tonight, we're so enjoying every minute of our evening with him, Itzhak Beery. He is the author of a great new book called Shamanic Healing, and we highly recommend it.
No,
This
definitely.
book is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's easy to read. You just want to turn every page to get to the next. It's great. It's absolutely great. Well, here's a couple quick questions for you, Itzhak, from the chat room, and then we're going to go back to talking about how people can get in touch with you, because that's very important. But this is from Aiden Boyd, who's asking, are voodoo priestesses considered shamans?
Well, it depends how you define the word shaman. Shaman is like an international word for all the people who are doing metaphysical, spiritual, practical work. But in the word itself comes from the Tungus tribe in Siberia, which one of the shamans there told me that the meaning is the keeper of the fire. And I'm saying it because it's very important to understand that a shaman is not just a person who have these special gifts or the ability to heal. The shaman is a person who have a community or responsible for the community and the keeper of the fire of the community, the well-being of the spiritual, emotional, and the physical well-being of a community. It's their responsibility that the shaman takes. It's not what the gift that he have. And I think that it's important to understand that when you call somebody a shaman, it's not because he's or she is able to speak to spirit. Many people are do, and schizophrenic too. It's not a person who's just doing healing, because any grandmother can do healing work very well. You give a chicken soup to a baby, that's a healing. But the real meaning of a shaman is the person who is taking responsibility for the well-being of the community, the keeper of the song, the literature, the dance, the culture of the society. And I think that if you take that and you try to define what shamanism or what a priestess is, if that person is dedicated to the well-being of community, yes. But if it's just about ego part or just part of that, then it's no.
Interesting answer.
Yes,
Great answer.
Very good answer.
Here's a question from Lola. I think we're getting some spiritual connection here. I keep hearing strange noises in the background. Do you hear those? Or am I the only one? All right, it's just me.
It's your journey. It's okay.
This is from Lola. Lola is asking, do you believe the Amazon holds a cure to cancer?
I don't believe. I know it is. A friend of mine went to. She had breast cancer. I took her to a trip in the Rio Negro. She was drinking some fruit juices for 2 weeks, and that cancer disappeared. Another friend of mine did a ceremonies for a whole month with ayahuasca with a Schwa shaman, and her breast cancer was gone. There are miracles, and we call it miracles, but it's not miracles. It's like really the work that we do. And the amount of cancer in the Amazon or in indigenous cultures are much less than what we have here, because they know what to eat and how to deal with it. And yes, there are so many medicinal plants that pharmaceutical companies are trying to patent and to use, this is the biggest medicine museum that there is in the Amazon.
Yes.
I hope you can go there and try that. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So much of what's going on there is being destroyed by those that are coming in and trying to walk away with products that are the quick fix, not what's really good for people.
That's right.
That's so sad. Scary.
Very sad. Now, how can people get a hold of you, Itzhak? Let's say somebody wants a healing or a candle divination reading. How do they find you?
The best way to do it is to go to my website, and it's just my name.com, itzhakbeery.com, and send me an email. And
Yeah, and as we discussed off the air, you are available to do healings. If somebody can't make it to New York City, then you can work with them via Skype or over the phone.
Right.
So the energy transfers very well over any medium. So you're able to work with them that way. So that's good for people to know. Because this work is very powerful that you're doing, and all the wonderful stories that you shared about people that came to you for healings, and not just physical healings, but you also work with people that have some serious diagnosed mental problems, such as schizophrenia or post-traumatic stress disorder. So you have experience with all those things, and that's all in the book. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Just fascinating.
I mean, people think that the shamanic work is a miracle worker. It's not. It's using techniques that are tested for thousands of years by many different cultures. We need to use more of it. Use more of it in our. Every emotional condition that we have influenced part of our body, part of the inner organs, and that in turn create problems. And so we work to rebalance and remove all that energy blocks and bring people back into healing. I mean, I have people who with incredible physical condition that it was released.
And that is incredible. And I was especially taken with, and I think you were too, PK, the story about the schizophrenic woman that came to you. That was amazing. Can you share a little bit of that with our audience?
Well, when we talk about schizophrenic, we're talking about a label that we put on people who are communicating with spirits freely. In the shamanic tradition, we don't use labels. What we say that this person is suffering from imbalance, and so what we try to do is to rebalance her. And one of the things that I told her when she came here, and she came with her mother, and she was a young woman. I told her that in the shamanic tradition, she's not schizophrenic, and she said, "So who am I?" What's her identity?
Right.
And I told her that all shamans are schizophrenic because we are communicating we are traveling between the two worlds all at the same time, which is what schizophrenic people do. But the difference between the person that we call schizophrenic and shamans is that shamans know how.
Introducing McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu with breakfast favorites for $1, $2, or $3. So now you can save for
a new gaming console for my son.
Wait, isn't your son 5 months old?
Who told you?
I just know these things. Build whatever meal you want with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
Get any sized hot coffee for $1, a small McCafe just $2, and a sausage McMuffin with egg just $3. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
To stop it, how to close the door, how to tell spirit that this is not the right time to have this kind of communication. Schizophrenics just don't know how to do it. And what my healing was, besides bringing her back to balance and to do the cleansing is to calm her nervous system down, is to teach her to tell spirit, those who communicate, that the voices that she hears, the vision that she sees, that this is not maybe the right time. And maybe they can come, make an appointment, make another time to come.
Right.
So she was telling me this story that she came on, after a while, which was really amazing. She came without her mother on a train from Long Island. She took the train by herself for the first time in her life.
My gosh.
Goodness.
And she said that when she was sitting on the train, the spirit didn't want her to come for healing. But she stood up and she said, I am going to come, I'm going to heal myself. And that was her healing. She took charge of her life. And then from then on, she really understood that what we did as a society, we label her as schizophrenic, and in many ways, we took away her power, and we didn't allow her to heal. No matter how many pills you're going to take and how many chemicals she's going to take, we took her dignity as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we need to really understand is that we can heal ourselves with spirit. So we need to empower those people to take charge.
Right. That makes so much, so much sense, doesn't it?
Of course.
Oh, God. It's amazing. And would you please go ahead and share with our audience the story that you shared with us off the air about the woman that was 84 and who had the chronic pain? That's fascinating.
It is.
I mean, I'm afraid to cry.
No, it's all right. We give gold stars for crying.
All right, so I had a woman who came to me as she's 84. She called me from another state, far away from New York. She's 84, and when I was talking to her on the phone, her mother came. Her mother is already deceased, and she's in a different world. And I saw that her hand digged into her left shoulder with her nails in the shoulder. And I asked her to lift it, and she said no. So I stopped that, and I asked my client on the phone if she had pain in the left shoulder. And she said, yes, I have a chronic pain from the time I was a child. It never goes away. So I told her that I'm now speaking to her mother, if she can wait. And I spoke to the mother, and I asked her if she can release the dagger, the nails that she dug into her daughter's left shoulder. And she said that she cannot do that. And I said, why? And she said that I can't tell you. I'm not going to do that. And I said, well, you have to explain to me. And she said that when she was in the Holocaust as a young woman, she let go of the hand of her husband, and they took him to the gas chambers, and she never saw him again. And so she decided then, she made a commitment to never let go of the people that she loved most. So I explained to her that her daughter suffered for so long, and from the very early age, maybe she's 84, maybe she won't let her a few years without pain. And she said that she can't do that. And I went back and forth for about 15 minutes or so, and finally she was willing to try. And she let go of her daughter's shoulder. And then I asked the daughter, how do you feel? And she says, oh, I don't feel pain anymore.
Isn't that marvelous?
And I think that's what we talked about, that
yes,
we always think that we are here alone, that those ancestors are not interfering with our life, but it's not true. I mean, they are here, they are watching us, they know what we do.
They got their hands.
Did you use the word
shoulder.
interfering with our life? We should use it more helping our life.
Well, yes, yeah. That's why it's so important to have a connection to your ancestor, so you can ask for help. And you can also ask them to remove the curses. I mean, sometimes these curses or sicknesses going in generational. So we really need to understand that those entities or teachers or spirit are continuing to direct our life.
And when you talk about curses, Itzhak, and we've talked about this on the show before, but what is the meaning in your shamanic world, when you see curses that have happened over generations, are you talking about people who put a curse on a family generationally, or what are we talking about here?
They are both. You know, there are some people. I mean, I think that the most common curse you have is between parents and children.
Oh.
Unintentional. Some parents would say to a child, "You're not a musical guy," or "Nothing will come out of your hand. You'll have left hand." That's a curse. How many times? How many times? A curse is a belief system that somebody installed in you, and you believe in it. That
that's
you
a
from
whole new idea to me. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked, because I was just thinking of things. Yeah. Wow.
That's a curse. If I tell you that you will never be able to sing, and nobody would love you or love your singing, you will stop singing. And if you stop singing, you stop the flow of energy in your body. You have a block of energy in your throat, and you might get cancer, or your thyroid will stop working. So that's curse, and that is the most common. That is the most common curses you can ever have, and you know, we all do that. Every parents, every teacher, you know, I mean, you go back into your childhood and you can see how many people told you that you can't do things, and why. That's a curse. If you believe that, if you take it on yourself, that's a curse.
How do you relieve yourself of such?
Well, you have to believe. You have to change your narrative. You have to change that story.
Rewrite the script, in other words.
Rewrite the script and create a hero script to change that story from a person that was put you know, I had a beautiful, handsome guy that would look like a model. He can do anything, but when he came to me once, everything that he touched, all his marriages, all his work, all went puff. And I asked him. I understood that there is some kind of curse there. Well, it turned out that his father always told him that nothing will grow out of his hands. That he's such a useless person. His father was a judge.
Wow.
You know, so this kid grew up knowing that he's nothing. So of course that was his belief system. And when that happened, when he released that belief system, he got married and he have a beautiful daughter. So, so think when you lift that curse. So this is one way. The other curses is that when people are intentionally sending you negative energy, and there are some people who know how to do it, and it's called the poison arrows, or in other languages in different ways, which is an intention, energy intention to stop the flow of life. Either to, and that happened to me, not to me personally, but for a client of mine who had to go through liver transplant because this woman cursed her, and her liver stopped working.
Oh no! Now, were you able to lift the curse for her?
Yes, only just before the operation. Oh, I wanted to say that something about cooperation in hospital, because I've done some work in different hospitals in New York and in Boston. There are some people in different hospitals that are more open to have shamans come and do ceremonies in the hospitals. And I was incredibly lucky to help people go before they pass away for surgeries. And it's a beautiful way to incorporate both technologies together, because when a person goes to a surgery and he's relaxed or she's relaxed, the surgery usually performs much better. and the healing goes a lot faster because
that's great.
the body does not resist the procedures.
That's fabulous. Now,
Yes.
before we end tonight, I want to give you some time to talk about the summit that you've organized. And so let's do that because it sounds so exciting. What are you pulling together here?
I hope to pull it together. It's last year when I was in with a group in the Andes, my teacher asked me to bring shamans, to bring the people from the north, the people from the son and daughters of the eagles, to Ecuador to work with the shamans there. And so I created what we call the Andes Summit, and in that summit, which is 8 days, 7 nights. No, yes. We're going to have 10 of the most renowned, most powerful shamans in the Andes of Ecuador. They're all going to come to one place in beautiful hotel. And they're going to be giving master classes, teachings about their different healing methods and mythology. They're going to have us experience that. And then also we will be able to choose the shamans that we feel comfortable with, and we'll go to their homes to do personal healing there. So if you have any disease or anything that emotional or anything that you can't really resolve in our Western cultures, you're welcome to come, and they will do their work. It's very powerful. It's something you'll never experience it before. And so there will be 2 days of healing like that. And then we're going to have an optional plant medicine, Wachuma or San Pedro and ayahuasca ceremonies at night, night ceremonies. And I think that one of the things that is so exciting for me is to be participating in the equinox celebration or the Inti Raymi ceremony, which is like 1,000 years old a celebration of the sun, the god sun. And we're going to do that not in the hotel, we're going to do that in the villages with the indigenous people. And there'll be time for people who can go into the waterfalls and the lakes and the mountains and enjoy this beautiful, amazing nature that is all around in the Andes. So it's a total immersion in the shamanic culture, philosophy, dances and movement and singing, and each of the shaman is a expert in his own way. They come from different traditions because Ecuador is built from many different tribes, different cultures. It is a great opportunity. It's never done before. So it's the first time that somebody trying to get all the shamans together.
Good for you.
That sounds fabulous.
Now, can people find information about how to participate on your website?
Yes, or they can go directly to the www.theandessummit.com, and they can read all about it, and they can register there. And it's really a rare opportunity. Nothing like that ever was attempted to do on that scale, and it's a very intense. And I have to tell you that people who have gone to my trips and have healing with these shamans, and all of those shamans are people who I worked with, that I trust, that I study with, their life changed in such a remarkable way. It opened up, and a lot of the other things that they never thought be possible started to happen.
Well, this is a miracle that you're bringing together. So everybody, make sure that you go to itzhakbeery.com or theandessummit.com to find more information about that. And don't forget to get Itzhak's new book, Shamanic Healing. It's great. Itzhak, we can't thank you enough for such a wonderful evening. We hope you'll come back and visit us again with all your wonderful wisdom. Thank you so much.
Anytime you want, absolutely.
All right.
Great.
We'll be calling.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Next week, we'll be back. We have a new show, and we've got Kai Mugi calling in all the way from Germany. A physical medium. Anything can happen. Don't miss it. Until then, we'll see you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Introducing McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu with breakfast favorites for $1, $2, or $3. So now you can save for
A new gaming console for my son.
Wait, isn't your son 5 months old?
Who told you?
I just know these things. Build whatever meal you want with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
Get any sized hot coffee for $1, a small McCafe just $2, and a sausage McMuffin with egg just $3. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.